Hey guys, it's Roy here from rwilco12 and epicdroid.com today, bringing to you another review video. Today's review video is going to be on the Glybee virtual reality glasses. The Glybee virtual reality glasses are a entry-level headset. They do have a lot of awesome features. They do have a lot of cool things to them. They do, however, have a couple of downsides. There's nothing that would keep me from recommending the device to someone looking for something that they can start out with in a entry-level device. But there are a few things that I do want to make sure that we cover here as part of our review today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look and see what we've got. So in order to save you guys on having to watch the whole unboxing, this is actually an empty box, I went ahead and just opened it up and looked at what we had here beforehand so I could kind of give you guys an idea. So the first thing in the box is, of course, the virtual reality headset. I will show you guys that here in just a second. I wanted to show you some of the other things they have. One of the things that was actually in the very top of the box was a lens cleaning cloth. We have a blank NFC tag. I'm not quite sure what that was included for, but it is in there. It is kind of a fancy looking one. It is nice, and it's got a little keychain dongle there that I did like. Again, don't know what it's for, but it's in there. We also have a Bluetooth remote. This does have two operation methods. It does have a what they refer to as a gamepad, where you hold it like this and you can use that as your joystick controller. And then you have another one where it's in a key mode, I think is what they called it, where you can use it as a volume control, a camera shutter control, and a few other things there. And then, of course, there were the directions. There's two different sets of directions. There are the directions. It's the user manual for the Bluetooth remote. And then we have the user manual for the glasses themselves. One thing I do want to point out with the user manual is that this is a Google Cardboard product, not made by Google, but it is based off of Google Cardboard. Google Cardboard does generally have device-specific settings that you use when you're using the headset. This one did not come with those. Normally there would be an NFC tag either on the side of the headset itself or in the direction somewhere telling you what to, so you can scan it and tell Google Cardboard what settings to use. That was not in there. Now, despite the fact that the the QR code was not in there, I did find that I was able to use it just with the stock Google Cardboard settings. One of the cool things about this headset is it does have some adjustability that I'm going to go ahead and cover here in just a second so you guys can see what it is that we're dealing with. So what we have here is that here's the headset itself. As you can see, it is a plastic body here. The plastic body has a open thing here, so you can go ahead and you can put the device inside. I'll show you a little bit more of that in a second. Here on the front is a little panel that you can remove. That is kind of a nice feature. A lot of cell phones nowadays have rear-facing speakers instead of front-facing speakers, and so what you find is when you use these types of headsets, they are covered here on the back, or there's a solid back. And so what this does is it allows you to take that off, and then you have an open place here so that you can hear the sound a little bit better. It also does supposedly helps with the cooling of the device. It makes it so it doesn't get quite as hot because it's not in an enclosed space. So we have that there, and it is a magnetic one. It just pops right back in, and we'll put it in upside right so my OCD doesn't kick in on me. And there we have that. Now, one of the cool things about this is there are several adjustable knobs here. This knob here will put that in and out so that you can control the distance of the device from your face. This knob does the same thing. They work in conjunction. And this one here is a little bit of a cooler one. It's kind of hard to show you, but I got my finger on that and I'm moving it right and left right now. So it controls the width of the eyepieces. And so that helps an awful lot for those of you who have issues using VR headsets. You get nauseous and motion sickness. It helps with that because it allows you to align it correctly for your particular eyes. So those are some of the cool features they have there. Some of the other features, this does have adjustable head straps. The stock Google Cardboard that you normally find, the cheap ones, that Verizon was giving out around Star Wars and so forth and so on, they don't come with any straps on them, so you don't have anything that holds it there. So it's not a hands-free device. The ViewMaster, which is my favorite VR device, also is not a hands-free device. So this was actually what drew me to it first. So you have these adjustable straps. They are Velcro, and every one of these does have one. So you have one on the sides and you have one across the top as well. You have this little spot here that is padded, so it does give you some nice protection there when you're using it. Nothing, hopefully no headaches from it. Then on the front here, you also have padding, and this padding is awesome. It feels really good. It's a wide open face, and so you can use that a lot easier, rest it against your forehead and the sides of your head and get a solid fit without sacrificing comfort. One of my pet peeves about a lot of Google Cardboard headsets is that they come with a just the cardboard, and there is no padding on them, and so you come away after using it with a little bit of a dent in your forehead from having used it for a while. So one of the things I do want to point out in the video real quick, I was suffering from some really poor visual quality. I couldn't see the details on the screen very well. It turns out I'm just not very bright. They have some little protective tabs here on these screens. I left one on so that I could show you guys, but it's just a little see-through film that is on there, and I don't know how I missed it when I did it, but that is there to protect the lens during shipping and storage. Oh, and I also have a little nose piece for people like me who have a large nose. You now have a spot where it can fit without getting the same types of lines that you do on the other. So here to help me with the review, I have my trusty Nexus 5X. So the Nexus 5X does support VR and Google Cardboard. What I've done here is I have got a YouTube 360 video already loaded. We're going to put that into cardboard mode. And so as you can see, it does the split screen for you. I'm going to pause that if we can. Maybe. There we go. So, and I'll show you how this works inside the device. One thing I noticed right off is that when you're using Google Cardboard, when you're using these types of things, there is this line here that tells you where the center of the device is, or the center of what your viewable range is. And you should also have that corresponding mark on the device itself. So my ViewMaster has a little white line, the Google Cardboard, there's a little notch. Right here, there's a little teeny tiny clip that you might not be able to see. But it's not a very obvious one, and there's not a lot of center to it. So with that, it does make it a little bit hard to get it lined up perfectly. So when you're doing this, you want to line that up, center it on there. But one of the things I noticed was that the clips are separate here. Turn that down. And so here you have this, and this clip is separate from this other one. So this is one of my annoyances, is you have to work that one up, and then put that one down, and then you adjust it. So you're having to use both clips at once. You can't use just one. And you just witnessed another one of my annoyances, as this clip here, it rests on your power button for some devices. A lot of devices have their power button in that position, and so it's a really awkward fit. The only way I was able to comfortably use this was with a case on there that protected the button, kept it from being pushed down. Now, once I get that in there, this does close rather nicely. I wanted to adjust this so that I could use it a little bit better. So what I do here is I put that, but I found that if I lean forward for any of my videos, it just pops down. So it does have issues there. The adjusting of the eyepieces worked incredibly well, and this was by far and away the highlight of the device for me. I really loved this. I was able to use it on a lot of levels and was able to find some good quality videos there. Now, one of the other issues that I did notice is most VR headsets come with a lever, generally up here in the top right. That lever is magnetic, and what it does is it triggers a sensor on the device that tells it when you want to activate a certain function within the Google Cardboard process. In some games it may be walking, in other games it may be opening a door, in some apps it may be the trigger button you use to start the app or to close the app, to turn the volume up or down. It could be used for all sorts of things. This device does not have any of those. Now, to combat that, they did send you the Bluetooth remote. However, the Bluetooth remote is not compatible with that function on most apps, and so it is a struggle that I did have. Some users reported that they would take a kitchen magnet and they would use it over here across the screen and do that to trigger the device. I tried it and I did not have a lot of success with it with the shield on, but when I took the shield off, I was able to get a little bit better response there. I'm not sure how I feel about using a magnet on my phone on a regular basis, but it didn't appear to hurt anything with the other individuals. So, as far as the headset itself goes, it did fit very comfortably. I was very happy with it. I was very, very pleased with the functionality of the adjusting of the depth of it, as well as the adjusting of the width on the eyepieces. Found that helped my VR usage an awful lot. Historically, I have had issues with VR in the past. It wasn't until some recent changes that they've made with the Google Cardboard system that I can use them without finding myself nauseous and sick to my stomach. So I'm very, very happy with this headset and the advancements that they've made as far as these adjustments go. I do think that there are some downsides to it. I do think that it does need to have that magnetic lever, or it does need to have some way of incorporating that with the Bluetooth remote. I also do want to point out that despite the issue with the falling distance, the distance adjustment, that's not a big issue. Most apps that you're using for VR, you were not looking up and down, you were looking side to side, and that was not an issue for me. It is something I did notice when I was putting it in and doing the review though. So that is something I would caution against, is just make sure that you're not using that. It is a great headset for 3D video, not so great a headset for 3D gaming and those types of things, but at the price, it is a entry-level device, and it is something that I would recommend to someone who is wanting to try out VR for the first time and who has had issues with motion sickness in the past. So all that being said, if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and tell us that we did a great job. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know, and we'll bring some more to you in the future. Thanks, and have a great day.